The FNX-45 comes in this really awesome Cordura and nylon carrying case that's pretty well padded and has a great handle on it. And just an opinion logo is of course optional. And spin it around here, you see it's got a nice double zipper. And again, the handle is really nice. Open it up and here's how it comes. Up top you've got a pocket for the manual, and in this case we also have a manual for the Trijicon, which I'll talk about in a bit, but that's also mounted on this gun. That is something that is also not standard. So let's start with the most important part, the gun. Undo this Velcro strap and buckle. It's held in pretty securely. And there we have it. There is the FNX-45 Tactical in flat dark earth with mounted Trijicon RMR, and that is a Type 2. We'll talk about all those details in a minute. In this pouch, you can store all kinds of cool stuff. Here we have the extra back straps if I wanted to change out for small, medium, and large. And I have mounting plate adapters for optics. Another back strap, and I think that is it. So again, here we have the mounting plates and tools for the various optics and our optional back straps. So we've got a couple of them that are curved and a couple that are flat in different textures, which is a nice touch. Those are in that pouch. In these two pouches are two additional magazines. I'm not going to use the word spare because there is no such thing as a spare magazine. There are only additional magazines. The magazines carry 15 rounds each. Just about unheard of in 45 ACP. This is the only gun I'm aware of that will hold 15 in the magazine. So get 3 of those, 1 in the gun, 2 here, 3 15-round magazines. In this longer pouch is the lock. And that's kind of it, but I can't help think how nice it would be if there was an extended magazine available for this gun that might fit nicely in this longer pouch. We can wish. To my knowledge, there is no extended magazine. 15 is the max. Nice if they make a 20 rounder or something that would fit in there. So I do like the way the pistol fits into this. You get to stick the muzzle of the gun into this pouch and then put this strap around it, and it's not going anywhere. It's held in nice and tight. Got good padding in this case all the way around, so everything's well protected. I like that a bunch. Let me move the case out of the way. We'll talk about just the pistol for a sec. FNX-45 has always seemed to me to be a handful a whole handful of gun, but some of the specs are actually kind of surprising, and now that I've got it in my hand, my opinion of it is not exactly the same as it was before. Let me try and share, if I can, some of that with you. This is of course the FNX-45 Tactical. Tactical means a couple of things. It means that you've got the cut for the RMR in the slide. It means you've got the threaded barrel. For the suppressor, it means you've got suppressor height sights on the pistol. Capacity, as I said, is 15 plus 1. These are really nice magazines. They are a nickel material, very, very slick. The weight of the gun is 33.3 ounces, and that is actually not very heavy, considering there are some compacts out there that weigh almost as much. The barrel is 5.3 inches long, and that does include the threaded portion. Of course, all of that is rifled inside and is completely usable barrel. It's a cold hammer forged barrel with traditional lands and grooves. Overall length of the gun is 7.9 inches, so almost 8 inches long. It is definitely a big handgun. The height is 6.5 inches, and that's really another enormous dimension, but there's a lot going on here. Now, it's not going to include the RMR, but from the top of that sight to the bottom of that magazine, that's a lot of distance. 6.5 inches. 1.58 inches wide, so it is a thick gun, over 1.5 inches wide. That, of course, would be, I'm guessing, right here at the safety levers, which are the most outward point on both sides. It is, of course, fully ambidextrous in every way. We have ambidextrous slide stop, slide release, ambidextrous magazine release, ambidextrous safety and decocker lever. So every control on this pistol completely ambidextrous, except, of course, the takedown lever. It also has an ambidextrous trigger. The sight radius of these very high suppressor height sights, 6.4 inches. They are also perfect for co-witnessing through the RMR. So you don't need to turn on the red dot if you don't want to. You have a perfect sight picture right through your window. I like that. FN gives published ratings for the trigger weight, the trigger pull. It is, of course, a double action, single action. So we have our full double action pull, and of course we have our much lighter single action pull. But FN tells us that the double action pull is going to be between 8.8 and 12.1, which is pretty widespread. I'll take some measurements on it after I've broken it in a little bit. The single action, 3.96 to 5.06 is what they say the trigger weight will be. So again, kind of wide, about between 4 and 5 pounds is what they're telling us the single action will be, and that's a pretty comfortable trigger. Trigger actually feels pretty decent. And of course, the number you all have been waiting for more than any other is, what is the Just in Opinion grip index? Just in Opinion grip index on this pistol is 3.48. And again, that is a multiplied index number from the trigger reach and the thickness. So the product of that is the grip index, and the grip index is, as I said, 3.48. To put that in a little bit of perspective, it is slightly smaller than a large frame Glock and smaller than a 1911, that number. So one of the things that I always thought about the FNX-45 prior to picking one up and holding it was that it was just a huge gun and my hands were too small for it. But not so. Look at that. Look at all that finger I've got out in front of that trigger. So they did a good job of making a huge gun that regular sized people can shoot. So I'm looking forward to doing just that. Let's get this thing out and put at least 100 rounds through it. All right, now finally here we are out at the range. It's been a while, and we are going to do the first 100 with the FNX-45 Tactical. Still getting used to the idea of 45 ACP magazines that hold 15. It's quite a bit. So it's almost a box. Almost a full box in 3 magazines. Going to start out with Sig Sauer Elite Performance 230 grain full metal jacket. There we are, 45 rounds in 3 magazines. Let's get started. Okay, I'm going to start out with the RMR off. I'm going to use just the sights because you can see through this Trijicon perfectly and see your sights. So, just to sort of get my bearings in the analog fashion, if you will, I'm going to use just the open sights. And here we go. Very first rounds, I'm going to start out double action, like the good Lord intended. Oops. All right, my red dot's on. Let's turn it off. There we go. All right, now we're starting without the red dot. Just the sights. let's see if I can find out where it's hitting. The sight picture through the window is a little obscured. Let me try a headshot on the white target. High, I think. Held at the neck. All right, where'd that hit? Anybody see? Give me a call. Let's try the black target. Hold right at the neck. All right, so it looks like it's a little bit right, maybe. There's no way I'm gonna hit this spinner. All right, try the white one again. I don't know. Seems like it's hitting them in the middle, isn't it? I probably need to just quit worrying about it and just shoot. It's like a golf swing. The more you think about it, the worse it's going to get. Okay, I'm going to turn on the Trigicon. See if that helps. Might make it worse. You never know. All right, let's try the Trigicon. Try it on the white target. Headshot. Nope. Neck shot. Nope. Belly shot. Okay, where am I hitting? Might have to break out some old-fashioned paper here. As much as I enjoy shooting steel, once you get a few hits on it, you got no idea where you're putting them. I think I'm putting them right. I mean, I'll be able to review this video and see where they're hitting, maybe. That camera's not real zoomed in, but it doesn't help me now, does it? Let's put some on paper, see if we can get an idea where we're hitting. I am, by the way, 15 yards from my target. Same distance I was when I was just shooting the steel. One thing I absolutely love about this ADAP target system, the steel target, the white one I was shooting at, is that it's simple to just throw a cardboard target right in front of it because you've got the stand right there for your sticks. It's perfect. All right, here we go. Aiming for the green dot. You can hear that steel ring behind it too, which is nice. Nice when you get a hole on paper and a ring on steel at the same time. All right. I'm gonna go take a look, see where I am. Okay, I tweaked the red dot a little bit. Let's see if I'm a little closer to center. go take a look. Oh, that's more like it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I think maybe one right there. So, yeah. I'm going to call that macaroni. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, it's a little better when they go where you're pointing it. Okay, I got a spinner about 20 yards downrange, actually up in the berm. Let me challenge myself to see if I can hit that. That is actually going to be a little tough, but let's try it. There we go. I found it. Once you get dialed in, not so bad. I'll tell you what, I do like the way this gun feels, and I like the way it shoots. Okay. All right, I think we got it dialed in now. Good stuff. All right, that's better. I painted my big target pink instead of black, so now I can see it. Maybe that'll help. FNX-45 ammo. See if I can hit anything with one hand. Little guy. I'll tell you, at 15 yards, that little target is a challenge. Think I should try left-handed or what? Let's try it. Why not? Maybe the first time I've looked stupid. Or the last, I expect. Try that spinner again, even though it's going to be hard to see. All right. Nice. I kind of like the look of that spatter with the pink underneath the white. Kind of a nice ghoulish look, isn't it? I think I might have to try some bright red paint underneath and then do white over it. Just for effect. That's kind of cool. Uh-oh, stovepipe on a reload. That's a just an opinion round. All right, I'm taking these 13 rounds that I was having trouble with in the FNX-45 and I'm putting them in the PPQ-45, which I just happen to have with me today. It was my just in case I get a chance to play gun. Well, let's see if it'll run. Okay, so they ran great in the PPQ-45, and that is my hand load, and I've tweaked it over time to run in pretty much everything. So interesting that the FNX-45 is the first gun that doesn't like it. So that was almost 200 rounds through the FNX-45. 100 rounds of Sig Sauer Elite Performance, 50 rounds of Cellular and Balat, and about 25 rounds or so of hand loads that ran, and the rest wouldn't run. So it had problems with my hand loads that I don't have problems with in other guns. But of course, what's our caveat, right? Those are my hand loads, doesn't matter. So more than likely it's the weight of this slide and the stiffness of the recoil spring would be my guess. This is a heavy slide. So let's talk about the stuff that did run good. The stuff that ran good ran very good. Once I got the optic dialed in, this is a Trijicon RMR Type 2. It's a 3 1/4 MOA, so it's a nice sized red dot for a handgun, and it does a nice job. Once I got it dialed in, no problem at all. Had a good time with it. Threaded barrel isn't going to do me much good. Not allowed to have suppressors here where I live, but you know, what are you going to do? Trigger on the gun feels pretty decent. The double action is a little squishy, but it's not much longer or harder than most other double actions in its class, but a little on the squishy side. Single action feels really good. It's actually got a nice single action. There's some creep and some take up and all that kind of stuff, but you know, if you're shooting the gun relatively fast, you don't even notice that kind of stuff at all. I like the gun, I like the controls, I like the feel of it. So this was the first 100, this was the FNX-45. It's starting to get dark out here. I hate this time of year for that. So I'm gonna wrap it up. You'll see this gun again. Next time you see it, it's probably gonna have a Talon grip. That's something I think it needs. So we'll do that, and we'll get it back out here, maybe do some comparisons to some other stuff. Until next time, thanks for watching.